GPT-5 Pro develops new mathematics. So I think one of the things that I really want to track on this WTF podcast every week is the breakthroughs in math, in physics, in biology, in chemistry, and material sciences, because that's really where the juice is going to be. This is what's going to help us continue on this accelerating curve. So the researchers entered an unsolved math problem into GPT-5 Pro for a convex optimization paper. The model produced a new proof, improving the paper's attempt. GPT-5 Pro has had similar breakthroughs in physics and other scientific domains. Alex, you've been talking about this forever.
Yeah, and I want to flash the meme. It's here, it's happening. I think we're just at the very leading edge now of AI starting to bulk solve math, science, and engineering. Right now, it's a trickle. It's sort of an interesting, newsworthy moment when a weak improvement, arguably over an existing optimization theorem, was proven independently by GPT-5 Pro. It's remarkable, just this one little proof, but the trickle, I think, is going to turn into a tidal wave over the next year or so, possibly by the end of this year. So I think what this is going to turn into is basically bulk proofs of math, bulk discoveries in science, and bulk inventions in engineering, all happening at once, which right now, culturally, we have no precedent for.
And so, Alex, I really want to get I know for a fact that we're in full bore self-improvement right out of the Leopold Aschenbrenner paper, but a lot of people are in denial. And, having worked in neural network research hands-on, writing the code for 7 years of my life, I can tell you that what's happening in this proof is exactly the kind of things you do when you're researching neural networks. And if you can do this, you can self-improve. I'd love you to comment on that just to reinforce it.
Yeah. So my mental model is there's an innermost, in computer science, you have this notion when you're trying to make a program faster of looking for the innermost loop. Usually there are loops inside loops inside loops, and you're looking for sort of the core engine of a computer program that's the most time sensitive, most critical path part that you want to optimize. With accelerating technology, with the singularity, if you like that formulation, arguably the innermost loop looks like optimization. If tomorrow we can use AI to discover a better optimizer that offers orders of magnitude improvement, there's almost no other juice that's worth the squeeze. Mixed metaphors, other than developing better optimizers and developing optimizers that are better at developing optimizers. That certainly smells like the innermost loop of our civilization right now.
Exactly. I'm so glad you said it. And we swag the software only really rapid improvement at somewhere between 100 and 10,000x. And that was in a slide a few podcasts ago. But now you saw in that slide we had a couple minutes ago, 100x just in the data selection, in the choice of which. So there's 100x on just one of those. I think we had like 8 dimensions in that slide of improvement that are all multiplicative when you put them together.
Yeah.
But if you have 100x in just that one, then our estimate was, if anything, on the lower bound. The implications of that are just mind-blowingly big. And because a lot of the deniers are saying, well, look, as we throw more compute at this, we're getting diminishing returns on this curve over here. Isn't this all going to slow down? And they're right on that one dimension, but the acceleration in these other dimensions is so much bigger than that slowdown. And that's why people are going to underreact.
I want to connect back to the previous discussion around history here. Because imagine you take all of this capability now and apply it to all of the hundreds of thousands of experiments. Somebody did an experiment with 1,000 lab mice, giving them something with a control group or whatever, and they're looking for one specific pattern. Now you have an AI that can look for all sorts of other patterns that a human being couldn't possibly see. And I think we'll see unbelievable breakthroughs coming just to analyze and do better analysis of the experiments, thousands and thousands and millions of experiments that have already been done. That would be really incredible.
So, Salim, I'd say that's overhangs everywhere, including an overhang of previous scientific discoveries that are just waiting to be reanalyzed and reinterpreted.